Be brave. Take risk. Nothing can substitute your experience. Believe in yourself. You are braver than you think, more talented than you know, and capable of more than you imagine. Said by Roy T. Bennett. Hi everyone, this is me, your Sushila Suresh. Welcome to our episode number 2 of Change Your Thinking. Here we go. Double your rate of failure. The author Gordon once approached Thomas J. Watson, sir, the founder of IBM, and asked him how he could succeed faster as a writer. Thomas J. Watson, one of the giants of American business, replied with these profound words: "If you want to be successful faster, you must double your rate of failure. Success lies on the far side of failure." The fact is that the more you have already failed, the more likely it is you are on the verge of great success. Your failures have prepared you to succeed. This is why a streak of good luck seems to follow a stream of bad luck. When in doubt, double your rate of failure. The more things you try, the more likely you are to triumph. You overcome your fears only by doing the things you fear until the fear has no more control over you. Your mental hard drive. Everything you know about yourself. All your beliefs are recorded on the hard drive of your personality, in your self-concept. Your self-concept precedes and predicts your levels of performances and effectiveness in everything you do. Because of the law of correspondence, you always behave on the outside in a manner consistent with your self-concept on the inside. All improvement in your life, therefore, begins with an improvement in your self-concept. You have an overall self-concept that is made up of all your beliefs about yourself and your abilities. This bundle of beliefs includes all the experiences, decisions, successes, failures, ideas, informations, emotions, and opinions of your life up to now. This general self-concept determines how and what you think and feel about yourself and measures how well you are doing in general. Your mini self-concepts. You have a series of mini self-concepts as well. These mini self-concepts combine to make up your overall self-concept. You have a self-concept for every area of your life that you consider important. This mini self-concept determines how you think, feel, and perform in that area. For example, you have a self-concept for how healthy and fit you are and how much you eat or exercise. You have a self-concept for how likable and popular you are with others, especially with members of the opposite sex. You have a self-concept for what kind of a spouse or parent you are, for how good a friend you are to your friends, how smart you are and how well you learn. You have a self-concept for every sport you play and for every activity you engage in, including how well you drive your car. You have a self-concept for how well you do your work and for how well you do each part of your work. You have a self-concept for how much money you make and how well you save and invest it. This is a critical area. The fact is that you can never earn much more less than your self-concept level of income. Change your beliefs. In every case, if you want to change your performance and your results in any area of your life, you have to change your self-concept or your beliefs about yourself for that area. Fortunately, your beliefs are largely subjective. They are not always based on facts. Instead, they are based largely on information you have taken in and accepted as true, sometimes with very little evidence or proof. The very worst beliefs you can have are self-limiting beliefs of any kind. These are beliefs about yourself that cause you to feel somehow limited or deficient in a particular area. These beliefs are seldom true, but if you accept them as valid estimates of your ability, they become true for you exactly as if they were correct. The starting point of your unlocking your potential and accomplishing more than you ever have before is for you to challenge your self-limiting beliefs. You begin this process of freeing yourself from self-limiting beliefs by imagining that whatever they are completely untrue. The starting point of unlocking your potential and accomplishing more than you ever have before is so for you to challenge your self-limiting beliefs. You begin this process of freeing yourself from self-limiting beliefs by imagining that whatever they are completely untrue. Imagine for the moment that you have no limitations on your abilities at all. Imagine that you could be, do, or have anything you really wanted in life. Imagine that your potential is unlimited in any way. For example, imagine that you could be earning twice as much you are earning today. Imagine that you could be living in a bigger house, driving a better car, and enjoying a more expensive lifestyle. Imagine that you have the ability to be one of the top people in your field. Imagine that you are one of the most popular, powerful, and persuasive personalities in your social and business world. Imagine that you are calm, confident, and unafraid of anything. Imagine that you could see and achieve any goal you put in your mind into. This is how you begin changing your thinking and changing your life. For example, imagine that you could be earning twice as much as you are earning today. The starting point of eliminating your fears and releasing your potential is to reprogram your mental hard drive with a new, positive, constructive, and courageous beliefs about yourself and your future. 3 parts of your self-concept. Your self-concept has 3 parts, like a pie divided into 3 wedges. Each is linked with each of the others. All 3 elements together make up your personality. They largely determine what you think, feel, and do, and everything that happens to you. Your self-ideal is the first part of your personality and your self-concept. Your self-ideal is made up of all of your hopes, dreams, visions, and ideals. Your self-ideal is composed of the virtues, values, and qualities that you most admire in yourself and others. Your self-ideal is the person you would most like to become if you could be a perfect person in every way. These ideals guide and shape your behavior. Great men and women, leaders and people of character are very clear about their values, visions and ideals. They know who they are and what they believe in. They set high standards for themselves and they don't compromise those standards. They are men and women that others can look up to and depend on. They are definite and distinct in their interactions with others. In everything they do, they strive to live up to their ideals. The way you see yourself. The second part of your self concept is your self image. This is the way you see yourself and think about yourself. It is often called your inner mirror. It is where you look internally to see how you should behave in a particular situation. Because of the power of your self image, you always perform on the outside consistent with the picture you have of yourself on the inside. The discovery of this self image, pointed by Maxwell Maltz, is a major breakthrough in understanding human performances and effectiveness. By visualizing and imagining yourself performing at your best in an upcoming situation, you send a message to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind accepts this message as a command and then coordinates your thoughts, words, and actions so that they fit a pattern consistent with the picture you created. All improvement in your life begins with an improvement in your mental pictures. Your internal images influence your emotions, your behaviors, your attitudes, and even the way other people respond to you. The development of a positive self image is a vital part of changing your thinking and changing your life. How you feel about yourself. The third part of your self concept is your self esteem. This is the emotional component of your personality and is the most important factor in determining how you think, feel, and behave. Your level of self esteem largely determines much of what happens to you in life. Your self esteem is best defined as how much you like yourself. The more you like yourself, the better you perform at anything you attempt. And by the law of reversibility, the better you perform, the more you like yourself. Your self esteem is the reactor core of your personality. It is the energy source that determines your levels of confidence and enthusiasm. The more you like yourself, the higher will be the standards you will set for yourself. The more you like yourself, the bigger the goals you will set for yourself and the longer you will persist in achieving them. People with high self-esteem are visually unstoppable. Your level of self-esteem determines the quality of your relationships with others. The more you like and respect yourself, the more you like and respect others, and the better they feel towards you. In your business life and career, your personal level of self-esteem will be the critical factor that determines whether or not people will buy from you, hire you, enter your business dealings with you, and even lend you money. The better your self-esteem, the better you will be as a spouse and parent. High self-esteem parents raise high self-esteem children. These children develop high levels of self-confidence and associate with other high self-esteem children. High self-esteem homes are characterized by love, laughter, and happiness for everyone who lives there. Here are some determinants of self-esteem. Your level of self-esteem is largely determined by how closely your self-image, your current performance and behavior matches your self-ideal. Your picture of how you would perform if you were at your very best. You are always comparing your actual performances with your ideal performances at an unconscious level. Whenever you feel that you are living up to your very best, you feel terrific about yourself. Your self-esteem soars, you feel happy and fulfilled. Whenever you do or say something that is not in keeping with your ideals or the best of which you feel you are capable, your self esteem goes down. Whenever there is a wide separation between the person you are in the moment and the ideal person you want very much to be in the future, you feel badly about yourself. This is why you get angry with yourself whenever you fail at something or behave badly in a situation with other people. Your self ideal continually reminds you of how much better a person you can be. And thus, I conclude our episode. Meet you all to the next episode. Until then, take care. Bye bye.